Shut up. I'm trying to do an ad. This episode of the Dapper Dads podcast is brought to you by Studio Headphones. If you want to step your life up with some gorgeous headphone technology, including Bluetooth that will last you 24 hours, get yourself some Studio Headphones. They have earbuds, they have over the top, they have everything you could want from a headphone and more. They look stylish, they're Scandinavian designed. You can make a match with all your cool accessories so everybody goes, wow, that's really quite a thing you've got going on there. And you go, you know what? It is, because I went to www.studio.com and used the code DAPPERDADS for 15% off my entire order. Oh, and free worldwide shipping? Studio's really got this down. So go to studio.com, SUDIO.
What voice was that?
You sound like
Slim Man, can we just go cat burgling sometimes
with our hard dicks?
I got shit in my life. I need a fucking gallon of Boone's Farm now that you mention it. That's the blanket statement of the podcast. I need money / liquor. Shit / me too.
Hey guys, Drama here. Before we jump into this episode, I want to give you a heads up. There are some audio quality issues. Apparently, we lost the first 20 minutes of the recording and did not realize until we left the dungeon, hence me talking into my phone now to relay the message to you. What we ended up having to do was grab the audio from the video component, which is kind of far away and less than stellar quality, like we hate to do to you, but at least it is there. There's some announcements and funny shenanigans that we didn't want to miss out on. If you do hate the audio quality, just jump in about 20 minutes and it should resume normal. The rest of it is beautiful, as we like to do typically. If this is your first time listening, it is not a good example, although we do tend to have some mishaps here and there. So check it out. Thank you for rocking with us, and we'll try not to be such shitty people in the future. Now we can talk some shit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we can talk some shit.
Episode 41 of the Dapper Dads podcast, a podcast built on filth and shame. Your humble narrators, Drama and Fast Finger Motherfucking Slam. How are we doing, folks?
Man, it's going to be a motherfucking show this time. 41, we're officially over the hill at this point. How does it feel? How do you feel getting up in the bathroom in the middle of the night having to take all those pisses with your creaky knees?
Oh, no, that's not what I said. We don't talk about my creaky knees anymore.
No, we don't talk about your pussy knees anymore. Of course, I still talk about
I've never been pussy.
Nah, that's
except
not...
the normal amount of pus that everyone has in their knees.
I feel like we talk about your pussy knee quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Maybe we should do a t-shirt design off the pussy knee. Have like a pussy knee concept.
What we can do is announce our brand new shop. By the time you're hearing this, it is up and running. There are brand new t-shirt designs. You can still get the old t-shirt with the logo in yellow, and if you want it in a different color, because I've been told not everyone can pull off the yellow, which I understand.
It's a very bright...
Send us a message.
It's a Big Bird yellow, let's be real.
Yeah, you want to look like Big Bird? We fucking got you. You don't want to look like Big Bird? We also have you. Send us a message with whatever color you want. We can make some shit fucking happen.
We got all kinds of beautiful things coming down the pipeline, and
summer's
coming.
Just the start.
This is the season where you want to be looking your absolute best, because you want to be out on the streets, you want to be on the prowl, you want to be on the hunt, and what better way to say that you are officially on a pussy hunt than a fantastic Dapper Dads t-shirt.
Oh yeah, there's one out there that is definitely for the pussy hunter.
There is one.
It'll turn your bird chest into a man chest.
It is.
Slide a Dapper Dads tee on it.
Guaranteed to maybe work 30% of the time with 20% of the bitches you talk to.
And you can't get outs like that anywhere else, so go to www.thedapperdads.com and look at that motherfucker. It's gorgeous. And then click on shop from there, or just go to www.thedapperdads.com/shop. We have a pickup and drop-off option. The pickup thing seems to think that we own a store, which we don't own property. So just fucking
You can't own property, man.
Yeah, it's only your time with the property.
Yeah, just like pussy.
Yep, pussy and property are the two things I love to hang out in.
Two things I love to loiter in.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple fines, but chalk it up to the game. But yeah, so if you do the pickup option, just put in the note there where you want to be contact a dad and we'll arrange something. If you're in the greater
We'll
Rockford
meet you
area,
in a shady alley and
we'll
trade
meet
a Dapper
you,
Dad
we'll
shirt
drop
with
it
you.
off, we'll put it in the mailbox.
We'll put it
don't
in
ask
things,
questions.
we'll put it on things, we'll
Yeah.
flip it. We'll drive by your house at 3 in the morning and whip it like a newspaper at your front door.
Oh, yeah.
If you want a special delivery for it, let us know. We can probably make it happen for you.
Yeah, exactly. So put all those notes in there. If you have any questions, contact us. Here's a couple ways to do that. DapperDadsPodcast@gmail.com.
Send soapy breasts to that one.
Yes, soapy breasts exclusively, or order issues or questions about ordering. If you want to give us some sort of money or soapy breasts, basically.
Yeah, if you want to just
That's
give
where you
us
go.
things.
Also,
more.
call or text 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. And we'll correspond with you there, or leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. We did get a voicemail, actually, so we'll pull that up later. It's a fucking fantastic one that I can't wait to get into. Also, the day that you're hearing this, if you're listening to it on Friday the 18th, the Dapper Dads will be down at the First City Market in Rockford. First one of the season.
Turning the fuck up.
Yeah, we're gonna get real loose.
Catch Slim double fisting some blueberry ale down by the river.
So yeah, come meet us. We'll be there around 6 p.m. We'll be down by the water fountains where we like to smoke, drink, and point at people who are eating foods with their families.
It's not a like if you've only done it one time, and who eats crepes outside?
We can't harp on it. You know, we don't.
I don't want to harp on it, but I think crepes are an odd food to have at an outdoor gathering.
We can't get into this.
Okay, no,
but,
I want no, because I think like
we've already discussed this.
But a funnel cake to me seems fine.
Yeah, that you only eat a funnel cake outdoors. When
Yeah.
you're taking a funnel cake home.
Well, no,
frying
but like
into
it's
it.
out, but it's like it's it's stiff and it's on a plate like an elephant ear.
Okay.
Do you like
Now you're
elephant ears?
fucking- Not really.
They're just big fried pieces of dough.
Yeah, like you're looking at a sign that
love
says
elephant
funnel
ears.
cake or elephant ears. You're gonna go elephant ear?
Honest to God, yeah, I like elephant ears.
No, I only. Eat
I mean, I
real
love
elephant
myself.
ears.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if I can't get myself some exclusive imported
Exotic.
elephant ears, I'm a vegan, but I'll definitely go ham on
I
the
think
fucking
every
elephant
vegan
ears.
agrees you can eat elephant ears.
Yeah, I mean, if the elephant like it's.
They can live without their ears.
How am I supposed to obtain the
What are
elephant?
they listening to, young thug?
How am I supposed to obtain the elephant's wisdom unless I snort his horn powder or eat of his ears?
That'll fix your dick.
How
right
am I supposed to make my dick longer if I don't eat an entire elephant's trunk? That's what I was told.
Yeah, I just hang it on and tell ladies it is my dick.
Yeah, but you have to. It seems to me like that's something you either encase in resin to have forever, or you have to replace it quite a bit.
It's like like those pizza stones where you're not supposed to wash them. You just let it build up, and over time it gets stronger.
I think you're thinking of a cast iron skillet. Pizza
It's
stones
both.
you can wipe down, but you're not supposed to use soap on a pizza stone.
Yeah, and I
because,
don't
like,
use
absorbs
soap on my dick,
Oh.
which is an elephant trunk. If we're gonna get down to brass tacks here, I think
It's a
everyone knows
resin
about-
encased elephant trunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a t-shirt.
Covered in dirt.
If you would like to get a t-shirt.
Yeah, give us t-shirt ideas. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised with what we have, and we've got more in the pipeline. But if you have anything, throw it out there. We're magicians. We're wizards. We make quality fucking t-shirts. and we
One
won't
might
charge
call us
them.
alchemists simply because we create pure 100% content out of thin air.
That is true. So
Create
again, we
something
will
out of
be
nothing.
at the First City Market around 6 p.m. Come meet us down there. If you can't find us, or if you're having trouble parking or getting to the City Market, text the phone number and we will correspond with you. But come have some beers with us. We'll see what happens. A little informal gathering. I just fucking love drinking outside.
Who doesn't love
When it's
drinking
nice
outside?
out, and then I see a lot of people I like, see a lot of people I hate. It's a good time. Stand down by the water fountains, contemplate that building with the weird ladder. See.
I'm telling
Could
you.
get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'd have to do
They have
a
to
weird
show.
flip.
And if you show up, you will be given an exclusive, brand new, fun little Dapper Dads thing that we're not going to talk about yet.
Nope, but we do have exclusive
We do
giveaway
have it.
items.
So we'll have them in our big, wet, sopping pockets, and we'll be ready to give them to you. And I think you guys will enjoy them. So come
you
say what's
have
up.
to reach into my front pocket.
Yeah, they're going to be on our dicks, but you'll see. It just makes sense.
It doesn't make sense unless you get it off of my dick.
But yeah, come get it first, and then maybe next episode we'll actually tell you what it is and give some away, or fucking not. Who fucking knows? We can't be held down by society standards.
Free
any longer.
T-shirt to whoever climbs to the top of that weird ladder and
Yeah.
slaps one up.
Come
fuck with
talk
us.
about the ladder.
Yeah.
Because it's.
Between the two of us, we have
If
not
we
been
harp on
able-
anything, it is the ladder.
It's absolutely the
because
ladder,
I have a
because
theory about the ladder. But,
I also have theories about the ladder, but they seem like no matter how you get up there, you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's sketchy, but yeah, there's
But then
details.
why
Come
is
down
the
to
ladder
beautiful
there?
downtown Rockford, and we can discuss life. We've had some deep talks down there, and you can be part of that. So come fuck with us. Also follow us on Twitter at Dapper Dads. We're tweeting out just fucking erotic fan fiction. Follow us on Instagram at Dapper Dads Podcast. Maybe we'll post a dick pic. And we'll follow you back on both things. If we haven't, it's because sometimes it's hard and confusing.
We do send dick pics for soapy boobs on the Instagram.
Yeah, it is a trade-off. So yeah, go.
But I gotta see the nipples. I don't want the nipples covered up by soap. That's a cheat.
I do like when they're pushed together with forearms.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can't, like, what's, like, if we're talking percentage, how much percentage of soap are we talking? What's a good amount of soap?
Oh, I don't think there can be too much soap.
Really?
Yeah.
But what if it's like
all
all? What if it's
not
all?
just,
What
like,
if it's all
soap.
bubbles and you can't even see breasts? It's just all bubbles.
I like the idea. I'm easily aroused.
I feel like you're more aroused by bubbles than breasts at this point. If there's no limit to how much bubbles there can be.
Okay, maybe there is a limit. I don't want to just see a head in like a room full of bubbles.
That's what I'm
Actually, I do. Send that to him. It's not going to arouse me, but I'd like to.
It sounds like it's going to arouse
I mean,
you.
who fucking knows?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't like the shame that you constantly have to project.
I'm gonna be
onto me.
100% honest with you. If
Oh,
I found out you had
about time.
if I found out you had a bubble kink, like I don't. How am I supposed to sit here every week and be like open and honest with you about who I am, knowing that you like come harder when there's bubbles involved?
Okay, that's
just
not necessarily what the kink does for me.
Well, that's what a kink is.
Maybe it keeps me. No, it could keep me grounded. You know what I mean? Maybe I come real fast without bubbles.
That's even way. That's like 8
I'm not
times as
saying
much.
that that's accurate.
But you made like a counterpoint to it. So the thing I got.
I was just trying to say.
Here. Go ahead. I got a lot of questions.
A kink doesn't necessarily mean like some people like to get pissed in their mouths. Not me. But I don't think that's like, you think someone's pissing in someone's mouth and they're just coming because of it?
Well, no, but it arouses them. Like a kink is something where like it gets like you are more aroused by it. Like you enjoy sex more because of it. You know?
Yeah, but it could. I think I could be kinky with bubbles in a way that helps me last longer in the bedroom.
It sounds like you've had practice with it.
No, I honestly don't even come into contact with bubbles anymore. It's like me and bubbles have an understanding.
What I don't get is you have this abhorrent fear of like fake smoke, but like bubbles are.
I don't have a fear of fake smoke.
It's a phobia.
I just feel like when it's around, it's excessive. I think we can both understand that. Shows, strip clubs, haunted houses.
No, what if it was like
quick ones? There's when it's there, it's too much.
Okay,
you're never like, wow, this is just like the perfect amount of fog that I was hoping to encounter.
Okay, but
fake fog.
Now what about this?
No, fuck you. Listen.
What if you were in a situation where you had a perfect amount of soapy breasts, but then there was also a fog machine?
I could figure it out.
You
this
deal with
just
it?
sounds like a good time.
Doesn't it?
So yeah.
Fog machine, strobe, lots of beautiful bright lights, soapy breasts.
Don't give me strobe lights. My family's epileptic, and I'm just waiting. It's gonna come one day.
Just waiting
it's
for
one
it
of
to
those
kick
things where you're like, I know I'm on the cusp of it, because sometimes I'm at shows and it's crazy, and I'm like, oh, I gotta look away because I don't want to be the guy
how
that
you got up in
faints.
the air at the prof show?
It could be.
You had an epileptic seizure and just like
Because
kicked
you know
yourself
how,
into the
well,
air.
it's like it doesn't like fuck with me too much, but then when people are moving, you know, like it's always used in haunted houses because it looks like they're slow and they're just coming at you, but it's because the strobe lights are it's disorienting.
Yeah, very.
And yeah, I might be epileptic in the future. You never know.
Epileptic, Asperger's. What are we gonna do?
I have Asperger's now.
You're not diagnosed.
But it could be. Yeah, I'm self-diagnosed.
Don't start that.
I don't have
Tumblr, like,
doctor money.
bullshit. I don't need that.
I don't have doctor money. I gotta pay a fucking doctor bill for going to get whatever the fuck was wrong with me cleared up.
You have to
and
pay
I
a
have
doctor bill
insurance.
for going to the doctor, so you can't afford a doctor.
Yes, see? That's the
Or-
problem with this fucking...
This is America.
Yeah. Shoot me, please. But yeah, I'm just saying. Also, fog has a bad connotation. You know what I mean? Fog is, like, creepy. You know what I mean?
Then why was there fog in the strip club?
There's always fog in the strip club.
But then if fog
And
is
it's like-
creepy, then why are they trying to give off a creepy vibe with the
I
fog?
feel like they're trying to cover up something, the general layout of the building, the scum on everything, some of the unpleasant women. At one point, I couldn't see the stripper. When we went to the strip club,
I do remember that.
It was like a magician trick.
It's like, what the
bitch
fuck am I
was
throwing money for if I
know.
can't even see it?
I could just
It's like
throw
going
money
to
in a
it's like-
haunted house.
It's like going to the movies and sitting behind like a really big fat guy the whole time, and you can
Yeah.
only see like this part of the screen right here.
Yeah, it's just like that.
It's just like that. It's like two
The strip
pussies
club is
kissing.
like a bad movie. There's no pussies kissing.
It's like two pussies kissing. The worst thing I heard this week is okay. There's a joke out there that's
We're gonna have to edit this out. I'm just gonna start calling them ahead of time, calling the shots.
no
Edit.
the joke, and I've told the joke forever. It's have you ever seen a girl's pussy the morning after and you say no, and you go, well, have you ever opened up a grilled cheese?
Yeah, we have to edit that out.
Why? You gotta keep that.
disgusting.
Well, no, and then I heard something more disgusting this week, which was, it's instead of that.
Great, this is what
buddy
people
goes,
tune in for.
My buddy goes, yeah, I heard that, but then I also heard like a pit bull eating a jar of mayonnaise. The lips on a pit bull eating a jar of mayonnaise.
It's like how you say I go too far with some of the things I say.
Because sometimes
And then you paint a horrific
we talked
picture.
about shitting it out of our dicks into condoms on this show. We go too far.
Yeah, I was told that was too far.
I don't care if
It's what the people want.
No,
We've lost all, like, listen back, pop into like a episode 7 and tell me how life is changed.
I was talking to someone today about the shitting into the condoms, and the point they made.
We gotta go back to
No, we're going back to it because I talked about it today, and the point someone made to me is like, do you like you gotta squeeze shit out when you're taking a shit? Do you like have to squeeze it out of your dick, like you flex your dick muscle to get it
I
out?
don't even want to do this anymore. Episode 41. I'm so sorry.
We're not even 20 minutes in.
No, we're not. And that's why we shouldn't be talking about such filthy behaviors.
This is what I give away the business cards at gas stations for, though.
Oh my, well, that makes all the sense of our fan base is all people waiting to buy tall boys of Milwaukee's best ice.
Give it out, business cards outside the shell.
There's a lot of sketchy folks at gas stations.
Shells especially, if valets to be believed.
Yeah, I mean, he goes to the Shell a lot. It's just
Goes to a
topical.
Shell in Miami in every song.
Yeah, this is true. I want to talk about, you got a package in the mail. I want to dive right into this
Okay.
because it's very exciting to me.
God.
I want to preface this with what Slim received in the mail I had no hand in, and I think someone listening must have. But,
I want to preface this by saying when I find out who you are, I am going to kill you. And it's not even like, it's okay, like I get it, any other time I would have got it, and been like,
it's got to be someone, a listener, because they
It's
know
gotta
that
be.
we're going to bring it up. It's like a fun way to be. We give them like the best ways to be involved and
but
be a
then
part
how
of
did
it,
they get
and
my
then they're
address?
just like,
It has to be someone.
I don't know. It's all the time.
This is a
I say you
conspiracy
live
we're gonna have
behind
to get
bleep, and someone somehow
Like
managed
remove
to,
the bleeps.
Yeah, like I just bleep over what we say. I remove it. I have to remove the back, like the other person's track, because I'll be like, thing we're bleeping out, and then I remove it from my track, and in the background on your track, it's like, thing we're bleeping out. I'm like, God damn it. So I usually have to listen to it several times, and the things we're bleeping out are horrific, so
For what it's worth, I was having
quite the week.
top 3, we'll say top 3 bad days of my life. Well,
Yeah.
it's up there in the top 3.
And 3 quick ones. You want
Three. You gotta pay $40,000 to
That's a
avail
different
Slim.
podcast.
You want to give me $40,000? You can unpackage all of my trauma. That sounds fine. Unpack.
Who wants that? We need to start selling the 40,000 as a good episode, full of fun secrets, not like all of our childhood trauma, current
Come
trauma,
unpack.
future trauma.
Come unpack Slim's trauma with drama.
Yeah, that's a different podcast that I think we're gonna have to start making.
Eventually.
I'm a
God, life's
therapist.
getting
Oh, I
dark.
know I would have a nice sweater in a therapist scenario.
Can you have little spectacles
Yeah, of
too?
course.
God,
And I like
resting on the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I push them back
fantastic.
and forth a lot, and I like play
Yellow-
with the
yellow
pen.
notepad?
Yeah, pen.
Clicking?
And I like put it in my lips a lot. And
Voice
I'm like,
recorder?
How does that? Maybe just for the aesthetic purposes.
Yeah, just so like
Big red couch, 60-foot red couch.
60 foot, so I can lay down on it.
Yeah, you gotta be comfortable.
Well, I'm obviously your patient.
Yeah,
I would be your first therapist.
you test
patient.
all of my patients,
Oh
so
my God.
might as well start.
That was good.
That's true.
Very, very bad day, and so I, on this very bad day, went to go check the mail because if you've been listening to the show, you know the Dapper Dads are going to be at Soundset Festival. So
yes,
if
2 weeks from when you're listening to this.
So if you are going to
Or
be, if you are
a week from when you're listening to this.
if you are in
the future's crazy.
the future's wonderful.
The
How does
future's
time
not.
work? Time's made up, but we abide to it. If you are going to be in the Minneapolis era,
Yeah, the era of
if
mini.
you're going to be in the era, if you're going to be in the area of Minneapolis, come fuck with us because we're going to be up there for a whole goddamn weekend, and
Yes.
we are going to be on
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We are going to be losing our goddamn minds, and I'm going to tell you
There's
right
gonna
now,
be shenanigans.
I am going to be untethered, so come fuck with me.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
If you listen to the Junk Tales Part 2 episode, that was when
We're going to
I
have
was,
to do a Drunk Tales part
I
3
was
after
in
this.
Minnesota when I blacked out and went to the strip club and threw up all over myself.
And
So
then got into that mini mall and kicked your way out.
Yeah, I didn't have to kick my way out. I just finally found the door. I do want to investigate that building, but I'm scared to go back because I think there's a picture of me somewhere.
I will either hold your hand or I can carry you like a baby and we can go
I'm
back
not
and
scared
check it
like
out.
that. I mean, there is going to be a lot of fog. I already know it. That's probably why I couldn't figure out how to leave the building. There's too much fog.
You were breathing in too much fog.
That's probably why I put that glass on what I thought was the table, but it was just
because you were
air and
discombobulated from the fog.
I tried to put it on. It was like a fog table, and then I set it down and it disappeared. And then because out of all the events that happened in that story, my favorite one is that someone had to watch me holding a glass mixed drink and set it on nothing and drop it, and then be like, "Oh, I thought that was a table." You know, you've seen drunk people, and they do something, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Because you know somewhere there's some guys hanging out. They're like, "Hey, do you remember when we saw that guys?"
Yeah, that drunk guy at the strip club. He thought he put his glass on a table.
What a
and it was
fucking
just
asshole!
What a piece of shit! And he was just like crying and walking around.
So I went to go check the mail. There was quite a bit of mail in there because I hadn't checked it in a couple of days.
What's their dirty ass ginger ale?
There was no dirty ass ginger ale. At Malay,
Malay? His evil twin? It's like how
I'm going to invest in this.
It's like how the Clips is Pusha T and No Mallows. It's Valet and Malay.
Which one do you think is best hand-to-hand combat? Malay.
I can picture him having an evil twin too. It's the picture where he's on the Percocet.
Yeah. That was Malay.
Yeah, that was Malay.
We should tweet him and be like, hey, when you do dumb shit on perks, you should say that was Malay, not Malay. It'll be like, this funny with an ass emoji.
Wipe the nose.
Wipe the nose.
Yeah, we still need a Dapper Dad's emoji. We got one submission. It was the meditating man. So maybe that'll be it. Maybe
I think because I mean you can get like emoji keyboards from like Adult Swim and shit like that. I think we'll just have to make our own app.
No, we need
Dapper Dad's keyboard.
Well, yeah, that'll be in the future when we're too famous to talk to anyone.
Yeah,
but
I mean we're not.
Not yet. I just don't talk to people out of personal preference right now, and there's no like scapegoat for it. I can't be like, sorry, I didn't return your calls. I'm very popular and busy.
No, I'm just
like sorry, I don't want to talk to you.
I'm sorry, I didn't return your calls. It's who I am as a person.
Yeah. Also, I don't return phone calls because I don't speak on the phone anymore.
And I don't take naps.
Yeah, because me and the money are way too attached. Anyway, you got dirty ass ginger ale.
I got dirty ass
ginger
ale delivered to me by Melee. And, so I'm going through the mail and there's a package and it's probably about the size of like a smaller bag of beef jerky that you can get, you know? Mm-hmm. And I'm feeling it and it's like...
Beef jerky?
No, it's...
You ate what it ended up being, correct?
No, I did not eat what it ended up being. You filthy, horrible person.
Well,
it's, can you picture me getting that in the mail and then eating it?
Well, yeah, I can.
With like a spoon out of the bag?
Well, let's let the people in on the secret here. So what did you think it could have been? Any idea?
I don't know why my brain thought this at first, but the consistency that it was and the fact it was so smashed down, I thought like a latex swim cap for some reason. I was like, I've clearly been sent something very wrong here, because this feels like malleable and like I'm like squishing. I'm like, this feels like rubbery. I'm
so glad you did, because I don't feel shit that comes in the mail. I open it and then I disregard it or I use it or whatever.
And so I ripped open the package and it was a like sandwich bag, like a Ziploc bag full of shit.
Literal shit.
It was a Ziploc bag of shit, and there was like bits of like grass and straw.
So cow shit.
It had some kind of animal shit.
I don't want to harp on it because again, I did not do this hand to anything. I did not. This was not my doing.
Still, I like 99% believe you.
I've seen this website, and there's like different, because I was going to do this to someone I'm not friends with anymore, but I was friends with at one time.
Before Edward 40 Hands?
Yeah, not that guy, but a similar piece of work. And I looked into that and glitter bombs, because the glitter bomb...
The dick glitter. I looked into the dick glitter one time.
Yeah, dick glitter too. But yeah, the shit one I seen, yeah, you can pick the animals. Yeah. And there's like horse shit, like there's different, I think there's elephant shit. There's like a lot of options.
It had a business card in it.
In the shit?
In the shit. And I think part of the problem here is I think this was in my mailbox for a while.
Hot shit in the mailbox.
Hot shit in the mailbox. Because the business card was a bit saturated with juices, let's say. And it said, flip over to see who poo mailed you. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, this is... I'm Googling it because I think I want to find the website and and we'll get some prices and information.
Well, here's a spoiler for you kids. If you poo mail somebody, you get a card in there that says flip over to see who poo mailed you. And when you flip it over, it says, we'll never tell.
I like it.
So I got shit in the mail. The only thing I can respect about this situation is that they stuck to
America's 100% no snitch policy, and I'll be damned if I don't respect people that don't do that.
Well, if you go to www.thedapperdads.com and click on submissions, you can anonymously submit to us. You just put in a fake name, put in literally any email. We have a submission. It'll explain to you what the email has to be. It just has to end in @something.com. So if you're the one who actually did this, don't try to take credit for a very humorous prank that was ill-timed.
It was the most ill-timed. I want you to know that, okay, now here's, I'll be honest with you. Whoever did this
is just, I pulled up the website, and it's a elephant's asshole, and shit's coming out.
This looks like a Brazzers ad.
It does.
In a lot of ways.
Okay, so yeah, we have cow dung is $18, elephant crap is $19, gorilla poop is $20, and a combo pack is $45.
Can you imagine hating someone so much you want to send them $44.95 plus shipping and handling?
Yeah, and you can also pick like mega pack on that one. The size quantities on the first
What's
three.
What's mega pack?
I don't know.
Click on how much a mega pack. I want to see how much a mega pack is.
$88.95.
Can you imagine hating someone so
shit.
much? Well, because pull it up really quick and see how much it is with shipping when you get the mega pack.
Well, that's gonna be too much, and then people are gonna
like
zoom
see
in
some
and
shit and like figure it out. Well, apparently somebody zoomed in and figured some things out because somebody sent me a big...
This is what you've seen? You've been pooped on? Want to know by whom? Over? We'll never tell?
Yep.
Poopsenders.com.
Yep. I'm triggered. I'm freaking triggered. That's the thing. That's the business card that was in the poop.
What a terrible font design as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool crust punk band.
www.poopsenders.com. There's your free ad. I don't want to look at this elephant asshole.
I don't want to see any more assholes
So yeah,
anymore.
you think you got cow dung? Someone went...
I think it was
Was it a quart
cow
bag or a gallon bag?
It was a quart.
Okay. So yeah, they spent the like 18 plus shipping and handling. Send you shit. I wonder, no idea who it could have been? Because I wouldn't spend like $20 to prank you also.
At all. And here's the thing. If somebody did it to be like lighthearted and funny, I get it, okay? It's funny. I see the humor in it. It's
I feel like that's what it's got to be. I feel like it's got to be someone that listens.
I just need you to understand
that
it was so ill-timed that I could just... if I find out... And this is why I said at the beginning of the story, if I find you, I'm going to kill you. I don't want to hurt you. I understand that you were probably trying to prank me on principle, which I can respect. I can respect it. But also based on principle, from where I was at the moment, I'm gonna have to, like rip your jaw off or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Rip an ear off.
Yeah, I know all the aspects of Slim Sweaty life, and you could have picked a better day for the shit to arrive in the mail, as the kids say.
As they said back in the ye old west, you could have picked a better time for the shit.
Yeah, that is
unfortunate.
What an interesting business. Could you imagine if you were the founder of poopsenders.com?
Who's the guy that was like smoking doobs outside and thought, you know what?
Shit in the mail.
Shit in the mail. And then just went.
It's got to be someone who tried to shit in a bag and send it in the mail, and they were like, this is too... Because this is also has to be a company that gets
well, I mean, like, that's a professional website. Like, this is clearly well done.
It could be a little better. I don't want to harp on it. But as far as people who send shit in the mail, it gets the job done. But their warehouse has to be full of shit, right?
I mean, okay, now do you think they outsource it? Like, because I mean...
Still, at the end of the day, someone is packaging up shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't...
Who?
Yeah, who? And how much do you get paid to package shit?
That's what I want to know. Because, man, what would be your base rate for, like, what would you have to make an hour
shit?
To, like, pack shit for an hour?
Over $20 an hour.
20? I'm thinking, like, $35 an hour to package
$20
shit.
an hour sounds really nice, considering we run a very successful podcast in the terms of, like... It's gratifying and people love us, but it makes absolutely no money unless people go to www.thedapperdads.com/shop and buy some of that hot new merch.
Ooh, I get that tingle from my tummy to my dick when you say that.
I wish I tingled anymore.
Can't feel anything because, the pus buildup.
Stop. But imagine a guy at a bar having a couple drinks, sends one over to a beautiful lady. They get to talking. They're both having a good night. They're both willing.
I'm going to need you to keep describing that beautiful woman to me.
Oh, she's got heaving breasts. She's blonde.
Heaving?
Blue eyes.
Look pretty good with some soap on them?
Oh, I bet they're the best soapy boobs you've seen in a minute. And she's willing to soap them up. You just get the vibe off rip. But they're having a good night. They're up for anything. They start talking. What do you do for a living? She's a waitress, of course. And then she's like, what do you do for a living? And you're like, I am the founder of poopcenters.com.
Now, here's the thing. There was something I read online one time that said the guy that's going to give you the best dick in the universe is always going to be the guy that does something crazy for his job. The guy that, the guy that like out at the bar is like, you know, the red Fruit Loop, I die that. Yeah. That guy's going to give you the best dick of your entire life. So I feel like
nothing else going for him.
Yeah. So
better someone who's unemployed.
Oh God.
They just have the time.
Ladies, okay, now go ahead and do an anonymous submission here, or get at us on Twitter at the phone number. Who would you rather fuck? The guy with the weird guy who does the very specific factory job that pitches great dick, or the unemployed guy?
He's gonna pitch great dick too, though.
They both pitch great dick, but who better? The guy with the crazy specific weird job,
probably,
or unemployed?
Also, would you fuck the founder of poopcenters.com, or is that?
Do you think that guy like goes out to the bar with like business cards and he's like, "Yeah, I'm the founder of Poop Centers. Bitch, I mean, suck my dick."
I mean,
like how much authority do you think the guy walks around with? Is what I'm saying.
Probably too much.
I mean, do you think? What if he's like super humble? I mean, like we find out like Poop Centers does all kinds of charity work in their community, and they like plant trees.
I guess we'll send I'll send an email. Everything we talk about, if we're giving them free advertising, we're gonna pop a quick email because I will definitely do a pre and mid show ad roll for Poop Centers.
For what it's worth, I got poop sended. Yeah. So I mean, someone took advantage. I'm a testimony. For their services about how god-damningly frustrating it is when you get poop sended.
What did you do with the poop?
Okay,
you should have took a picture.
I would have, but in the moment, you know where I was at.
Yep.
In such a rage, took the bag, walked to my trash can, and threw it in as hard as I could, hoping it splattered in places, but it didn't. I just
should have thrown it on the roof. Like Walter White pizza.
Yeah, you know, everyone keeps telling me things I should have done, and I keep thinking about things I should have done, but I'm not in jail, so you know what? We're here.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to be the guy who gets shit in the mail and then goes to jail about it.
That is the word.
That's a ballet song I want to hear. Bag of shit came in the mail.
Got a bag of shit that came in the mail. Threw it on the roof. Threw my ass in jail.
That actually sounds really nice.
Yeah, Valet could literally talk about anything. He could be like, walk to the 7-Eleven and got a hot dog, and you'd be like,
Yeah, this is true, because he does talk about a lot of the same things.
Woke up in the morning and I brushed my teeth with Colgate.
Wake up, what's the Future song? Wake up in the morning before I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, so if you want to send some shit, and if you want to own up to it, like I said, you don't have to say your name.
Own up to who
but don't
sent
be,
me
like
the
I said,
shit.
don't be, I don't want 20 submissions that are like, oh, I sent Slim to poop.
What voice was that?
You sent Slim to poop. Slim to poop.
Yeah, if you're a very squirrely, timid man that I imagine works in a coin shop or an antique shop, you sent Slim to poop.
He works in a shit shop. Am I right?
I'm gonna find out who works in that shit shop, and I'm gonna beat the shit shop out of them.
Only so many people have your address, so I feel like we can narrow this down.
It was sent through the mail.
Yeah.
It's not like they could have just popped it in my mailbox. It was sent through the mail, like dirty ass ginger mail.
I don't know. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Fucking mortified and triggered. Why would you send me shit? Own up to it. Own up to it, motherfucker. I know you're listening to this. The next 45 minutes are me threatening the
They gotta
sender.
be, because like I said, if I could do it to a podcast or something I listen to,
I'm gonna beat your ass to womp womp. Just wait for it.
Yeah. So own up. It's a commendable prank, just poorly timed.
I hate when you suck your teeth. You just sit there
because I'm even sucking my teeth.
No, because I know what's gonna happen is like we're both gonna be like old as dick someday at like, you know, the ripe old age of 33, and you're gonna have denture.
Jesus' age.
Hey, if Jesus could die, I feel like once I feel like I'm gonna make it safe to 33, but anything after 33, it's fair game after that.
If you think your life has been you making it safe up into this point, I've got some news for you.
Woke up today. Woke up and made some motherfucking hits.
I'm a fucking more groupies. Do we want to get into the submission we got?
Sure.
Do you want a voicemail or the actual submission we got?
Do the actual submission because I don't think I have the voicemail app on my new phone. So I'm going to download that while we do the other submission.
Nice, real professional.
It's a podcast, man. It's not like I'm out here performing for, the socialites of America out here.
You don't know who's listening.
Listen, if you're a socialite of America and you're listening to the show, let me know so I could maybe step my game up a little bit and act a bit more professionally. But until then, I know our audience. I know what I'm playing to.
I don't know. Well, actually, our audience seems to love to hear us talk about dicks.
Why?
I don't know, but it's becoming a reoccurring subject matter, and it's kind of upsetting. We're more than just a couple of dicks.
I mean,
just so everyone knows.
I mean, biologically, we're just a couple of dicks.
There is more to me than my penis.
Is there?
Slim. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
you think all of this is coming from my dick?
I mean, I assumed I'm not a numbers guy, but 40% of it was coming from your dick.
That's a fair assessment.
See, I think I'm pretty good with numbers. But
yeah, I always think you're gonna go big, but you're commendable.
No, I do a fair assessment. I'm very serious about my percentages.
Oh, I know. I know you're always concerned about getting your cut of all of our heaping income that we get.
Well, I mean, when you have stacks so large that you can hold them up like a giant briefcase to your head instead of a phone, I mean, we have to make sure they're divvied up correctly. I mean, a couple $100,000 goes missing here and there. It's, it's not something we can just ignore.
Yeah, I got 1,000 things in the mail, and then I'm like I literally ordered.
They were all shit.
I ordered 1,000 pieces
1,000 times.
Of shit to myself.
You poo mailed yourself 1,000 times.
I'm how crazy.
Just
right?
So you could be like, wow, guys, look at this.
I can't wait to talk about this on the podcast.
Next week you show up, you're like, it's crazy. Yeah, I got poo mailed 100 times.
And I just have all this shit. My car's full of shit.
I'm like driving up. I'm like, ooh, this town stinks today. You're just driving with the windows down.
Just smoking several cigarettes. You can't get the shit smell out of the car.
I pull up next to you at a stoplight. You're just there. You're like super loud valet, obviously, with all this shit. And you're just like, I'm smoking to cover up the smell.
There's a clothespin on my nose.
It's unbearable.
This was a poor idea.
There's like people walking by vomiting. Yeah. There's like kids. You see like kids.
What the fuck is
you see like people
in a car full of shit.
You see people in their cars with the windows rolled up, just silent vomiting, or just like.
Have you ever? I just remember this from being in cars that smell bad. One time I went to Madison, used to do this thing called Mifflin Street, and it was like probably around this time, I feel like early May or something, and it would just be a street in Madison and just full-blown party, like just nonstop. People start drinking at like 7 in the morning.
Sounds nice.
It's a free-for-all. So the year I went with two of my friends, it had like the year before someone got stabbed and it was just getting real out of control.
Something like that sounds like it was destined to be out of control.
Yeah, especially
like the Sodom and Gomorrah, basically.
Yeah, well, especially if you've ever been to Madison, the people party pretty hardly just to begin with.
It's Wisconsin. Everyone parties hard in Wisconsin. God bless all you professional alcoholics.
They drink waiting for the event to come to them. So to have like a no holds bar, and it was like, it's a thing that had been around for a long time. So by the time we went, they were like heavily patrolling it. So we got there, we stopped at the liquor store, and there's just people at the liquor store, and the lady who rung us up was like, Mifflin? We're like, yeah, Mifflin. She's like, it's not good this year, so be careful. And we're like, huh? So we went, and the way they had it set up was you can't drink on public property anymore. So we get there, and my friends knew someone, and it was like the street next to Mifflin. So in the back, they're going crazy, but we had to be like, you have to stand in the grass. And we were there for 5 minutes, and I saw someone get arrested because they were drinking, and there's cops everywhere. Jesus. Cops on horses.
And that's no way to have a good time.
And so I saw someone standing on the grass drinking a beer, and he was shit-faced, and he was like, these fucking cops. And they're like, yeah, just stay on the property. And he's like, so if I step on the sidewalk right now, I'm going to jail? And they're like, yeah. And so he did it as like a joke, and then they arrested him. And I was like, well, this doesn't even seem fun.
No.
So I'm not even drunk. So we had to figure out, like, in the parking lot behind this apartment we could drink, and like you had to like really watch yourself.
Weird.
And we're jumping from like yard to yard. You can like have a closed beer and then go to a yard and pop it open and chug it, and then like grab another closed one and walk across the street. And like you had to really
that's too much work.
Yeah,
that's way too much work.
It was an interesting time. We ended up because in the back parking area where we were, there's like a shed, and the whole day people were just pissing on the back of the shed. But then the cops started to notice it, so people would go piss and they would instantly arrest them. One of my other friend's sisters pissed behind it and got arrested. It's a $500 ticket for urinating in public in Madison. Just a FYI, don't do it. And so we're watching all these people get arrested. We're playing music. We started playing the theme from Cops every time someone would get arrested. And it was like, even the cops were like, this is pretty funny. And people getting arrested were like, this does make it better, actually. Because you don't typically get arrested to bad boys,
what
boys.
You gonna do?
And then
Can we put that on the next Spotify playlist?
Have you ever listened to that song?
No, I've never listened to the full song.
It's insane.
Is it a slapper?
No, it's just nonsense. Like the lyrics, like right now, while you're listening to the podcast, Google the lyrics to Bad Boys by, I think it's like Inner Circle is the band.
You are asking the wrong guy.
And the lyrics to it, besides the part you hear on the Cops theme song, is just fucking insane. It's one of the weirdest songs I've ever heard.
Lots of... Is it even... What is it? Is it like ska? Is it rap? Because like it's kind of like a rap, isn't it?
It's like Jamaican-y. That's
what I'm saying. It's like ska, kind of.
Not like ska at all. No, it's
reggae?
Like a reggae, but it's different. I don't know. Listen to it. I can't compare another song to it. But it does have like that like inflection of like a Jamaican accent or something, and slang terms that you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's a very interesting song. It was funny because while we were doing it, like the person who was playing the music had stopped doing it, and this cop, my friend was drinking a beer, and this cop came up behind him and was like, thought you guys were playing the Cops music so we could arrest him. And she jokingly grabbed his arm and put it behind his back, and his face just went like white, and he thought he was getting arrested.
Oh my god.
So it's a real like shit show. I tried to go to a yard because a girl that I knew invited me, and I go over there and I was trying to find her, and then it was just like a frat house, and the dudes were like, why are you on our yard? And it was a fucking nightmare. Ugh. So anyway, we drank all day, went to someone's house. They were trying to crash there, and it was one of those things where it's like 20 people are going to crash in the living room. And I'm like, I'm having no fucking part of this. I want to go home. So finally we go home. My buddy's driving. Shout out Bacon. You know Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Sam. He's
Hell
great,
yeah.
Great guy.
Bacon, if you're listening to this, I'm making sure you get into heaven someday.
He's in the woods somewhere living his best life.
Good.
But,
well, I'm making sure Bacon gets into heaven someday.
He's a great man. But he drove us up there, so he's driving back. And we'd been drinking all day. We're heading back. And we both light up a cigarette, and then I see him take like one puff and flick it out the window. And I thought that was unusual. And we're drinking a little bit more, and he's like, can you hand me a water? Grab him water, hand it to him. And I'm like, you doing all right? And he's like, my stomach just started feeling really weird for some reason. So we're on the highway, and he's like, I think I gotta pull off. I don't know what's going on. Still very calm. And then I turn over and I look at him, and he starts puking. Oh. But at first he's like trying to hold it back, and it's trickling out like blood. So I was like, I thought he was dying, like something bad was happening. And he's just like, and then he just goes all over the steering wheel, all over the dashboard. And he's just like, oh, and he just keeps puking. And then it's one of those times where like, I'm like, fuck, I can't do anything. We just got to keep going.
How about you
and then it
grab
says,
the vomit-covered steering wheel? Just
yeah. Well, he's still
steer
driving
us off the road.
Fine, but he's just puking all over. And then a sign pops up, and it's like next exit's like 10 miles. And I'm like, oh fuck. So then the crazy shit. We finally get to the exit, pull off, and I think it's like. I always forget the name of it. I want to say Evanston or it's somewhere right there. I've been to a gas station. There's like a Taco John's that I've stopped at after this, and that's where we pulled off. And so he gets out, like he pulls up to like a gas pump. He gets out instantly, he takes his shirt and his pants off. So he's standing, it's like 3 a.m, standing in his underwear, just puke everywhere. He's like, get some of those paper towels they have by the gas pump to like wipe your windshield wiper thing. And so I just take the whole thing of them. And our friend in the back seat is laying down in the back seat, and he's like, I can't look at it or I'll puke. So we're trying to clean up all this puke. You know who that person is too, just by the story.
Yeah.
So we're trying to clean up all this puke. Bacon's in his boxers and the Taco John's / gas station. And then
our lives are like a movie.
Yeah, this was so movie. Like he happened to have clothes in the back in his trunk, so he's like in some basketball shorts. And then we look over, and there's a cop sitting there watching us do all like get down to his boxers, cleaning puke out of the car. Like not more of a sign that people have been doing some shit than jumping out of a vomit covered car. I cannot even explain to you. Vomit was like dripping from everything. Like he coated this fucker and drove in it. And then he's like, that's a fucking cop. And so we're like, I don't know what to do. Like, we can't sit here. At some point, I know they're waiting for us to leave, and I don't know. So we finally pull out, and the cop pulls out right behind us. And there's 2 options. You can go, like, left, which is back towards Rockford, right, which is towards Madison. And it must have been, like, his jurisdiction, but we took that left, and he followed us. And as soon as we took the left, he, like, stopped and then, like, went the other way. Like, and I was just like... But then the ride back, still probably about an hour or 45 minutes, of the most rancid smell. Puke in the car. We didn't notice it at the time while it was happening. There was just a lot of emotion going on.
Yeah.
But fucking riding back, we were just chain smoking and nothing.
Because
so if
you
want
can't
to talk
cover
about,
up the smell.
Yeah, you want to talk about shit in the car? If it's anything like having to ride back 45 minutes to an hour in a hot summer's puke covered car, I cannot emphasize how much I watched him puke all over, and just the visual of him driving, just going
puking,
and it's like projectile all over.
I mean,
the
bless
dash.
his heart for being able to maintain like driving and being able to do it. Because like, man,
Yeah.
when I puke, I am like a hurler. So when
Yeah.
I don't think I could drive.
Well,
and
I
puke
was
at the
like,
same
you should have,
time.
if you were gonna, be that like chill about it all, you should have popped the window down. He was like, hey. He was like, I felt sick, but not like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, it just came up. That's why I was like, he was like, I was trying to swallow it so it wouldn't
That
happen.
never works.
And he's
That
like, and
never
that's why
works.
it like propelled out, because it like doubled up and was like, nope. But yeah, one of the last times I seen him, I hadn't seen him in like a year or two, and I seen him in Madison, and I was like, hey man, you remember when you puked all over your car? And he was like, fucking Mifflin. Yeah. He was like, it was like months I couldn't get like the faintest smell of puke out of that car.
It's that slight like that sting that you smell. It's the sting that lingers.
He's
around.
like on a warm summer's day, it still creeps up.
I had two friends in high school. They were in this like local metal band together, and one of the guitar players told me a story about how they were driving back from a gig one night, and it was when they were first starting out, so they just had the instruments in the car and stuff. And he didn't have a guitar case for some reason, so he was just holding his guitar when they were driving back and forth from the gig. And at the gig, he ate a pound of deep fried mushrooms. Ooh. For some reason. Like that was his fuel of choice for playing a gig, was a pound of deep mushrooms in the first place. A pound of them, just eating them.
I don't even like mushrooms.
I hate mushrooms in the first place, so I can't, because I can fathom eating a pound of something that I like, but a pound of fried mushrooms just never sounds like a good idea
it's a
ever.
Bad quantity as
and
well.
And when he was telling me a story, he's like, and I tried to tell you guys, please eat some of these with me. I got them for everybody, and then nobody wanted them, so I ate all of them. And then he was telling me like, yeah, they just didn't sit right or something, because I'm sitting there holding my guitar and I'm trying not to puke because I don't want to puke on the guitar, and then it just happened, and it got all over like the back seat and the guitar. And he said that it was the worst thing in the world trying to clean puke out of his pickups in his guitar.
I can imagine.
And he said his stomach acid was so corrosive that the next day he went to go like
strings all snapped.
No, they didn't snap. They like dissolved on where he had puked. His stomach acid had dissolved the strings on the guitar. He said like he had to do all kinds of repairs and shit to it because his stomach acid fucked up his guitar.
Jesus.
So man, who knows? He could have been worse. He could have fucked up his whole dash.
Yeah, I don't know what the worst case scenario is.
But just picture what puke from a pound of
God.
fried mushrooms.
Well, in Minnesota, one of the bars I love to go to and will inevitably wind up at, Liquor Lyle's, basically all day happy hour. They also serve food that's pretty good. They sell like fried broccoli,
really?
which I like a lot. I'm a big broccoli fan.
I love
fried
broccoli.
Is incredible. I've never had it anywhere else. It's so good there. My burps give me like a PBR and some fried broccoli, and I don't think I can make something worse out of my body than that. So you'll probably encounter that because you'll be in close quarters with me, and I get some fried broccoli burps with some beer.
If we are chilling in that hot tub and I catch a broccoli beer burp, I'm gonna puke in the hot tub.
I'll put my mouth in the hot tub and burp it in there, and then it'll bubble out. I had a friend, speaking of good gig stories, he was in a death metal band, played bass. Good guy. Still friends with him.
Good.
One of the few.
Good to know you can keep old friends.
Good guy.
I sure as shit can't.
I've got like two. He went to play a show, I think, in Chicago. Went to across the street, a Mexican food place. Drank a bunch of beers, ate a shitload of tacos, goes and plays death metal. So you know how they like do like the crouching
lot
thing,
of rhythmic
head
moving,
banging.
yeah.
So he's playing bass, getting real into it. Finishes the show, and he's like, "I'm so fucking sweaty. This is insane." So he goes to the bathroom and realizes he had shit his pants during the show.
Oh my god!
And I was like, he was someone who every once in a while, he doesn't do it as much anymore. He's on to bigger and better things. He used to just send me a text, and it would just be like, "Did I ever tell you about the time when I was making out with a girl for so long that I just pissed myself?" Just something like that, out of the blue. He's got stories out of anyone I know that are fucking insane.
Longest you have ever made out with a girl? Go.
I don't know, probably a long time when I was a child.
Yeah.
But the best part about that story is I was like, what did you do? And he was like, I went back to the Mexican restaurant. I went in their bathroom and I threw my shitty boxers in their trash because it was their fault. And I was like, true. And then he was like, then I just kept drinking and had a normal night.
That's how you extract good revenge on people.
Yeah, you throw your shitty boxers in a Mexican restaurant.
Gotta pay penance where penance is due. The restaurant did it. They gotta pay for it.
Yeah, I was like, I guess it makes... He was like, if I hadn't drank all their beers and eaten all their tacos, I definitely wouldn't have shit my pants.
Subjective. You could have eaten something the day before.
I don't know. It is what it is.
Maybe it was that gas station egg salad sandwich that tasted like tinfoil. This episode of the Dapper Dads podcast is brought to you by Studio brand headphones. Now, when you want to record a premium podcast or listen to some top-notch bangers, you want to make sure that you have the right equipment to do so. I always make sure I have my Studio brand Regents with me because they have 24 hours of active Bluetooth battery life and auxiliary cords so I can switch from being on the go to recording a hot new episode. They offer free worldwide shipping, so why don't you go to www.studio.com and use promo code DapperDads to get 15% off your entire order. Check out their whole stock, improve your life, get some Studio headphones.
Anyway, so let's get into this submission. It is from full government name at email@email.com. So again, if you want to send if you want to send anonymous,
that's so meta. email@email.com.
I mean, it probably exists out there. If you want to send an anonymous submission at the website, go to submissions, and it just has to be something@something.com.
Yeah.
It clearly doesn't have to be a real email like we initially thought. It can be whatever. So this one is titled, "This Seems Up Your Guys' Alley," and then in parentheses, not saying you don't have dicks. And it links an article to a wounded veteran receives first penis and scrotum transplant.
I do like that they gave it to a veteran. I got to give him props for that. It wasn't just some random guy who had a weird dick accident.
Yeah, because from reading it, it doesn't exactly explain. It just says war injuries. So I'm hoping he like jumped on a grenade, but like just like hopped on it like he was going to ride it and just blew the dick out.
Like everything got blown up from the waist down, basically.
Yeah, he like, and that's got to be upsetting. Like, would you, if your dick got blown off, would you want to die? Or would you hope it had killed you? Or would you live dickless?
I mean,
no offense to the guy.
I mean, no, of course
Thank you
not.
for your service and losing your penis.
I mean, that's got to be the ultimate sacrifice for your country outside of your life, I feel like, is losing your penis. Because, man, I mean, like, obviously you can live without your penis. They can hook you up with something so you can urinate, you can live a life. But, like, there's just so much pride that comes from just being a man and having a penis. It's just, it'd be weird not having it, you know?
Yeah. And that's what... Yeah, they consider it an unspoken injury of war when people lose their genitalia or genitals, it says. So apparently it does happen from time to time. The article is very long. There is an interesting like medical graph depiction of like how they popped it back on. Mm-hmm. So basically it was balls, dick, and like some of the tummy. They just basically
like the abdominals, basically?
Yeah, like low abdominals. They just basically like plastered a whole rig.
I don't know what I was expecting when we talked about like a penis transplant, but I just pictured like staples around the base of a dick, like they just like clean slice right on top, or just like some glue, or press and like lock it in, you know?
Yeah, that's ideal. But that's what I'm pretty sure there's been penis transplants before, but this one is like fully functioning, like sexually and everything.
Man, how would you feel having sex with another dude's dick?
That's what I want to get into. This is a good submission. Thank you, full government name.
Yeah,
but just a few details while skimming it. Like I said, the article is long. I'm not going to sit here like we're a fucking NPR or something. But the procedure lasted 14 hours, involved 9 plastic surgeons, 2 urologist surgeons, and a team of anesthesiologists, nurses, surgical technicians, basically like a fucking squadron, like 30 people in there getting this guy's foreign dick popped on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I don't even know where to begin. 3 arteries, 4 veins, and 2 nerves were connected under microscopic guidance in order to provide adequate blood flow and sensation to the transplanted tissue. So yeah, they're basically popping the whole thing. Do you think like...
How fast do you think he came the first time?
I don't even... Like, I can't even fathom any
like
of
not
this.
having a dick and then having a dick again? Because picture having a dick your whole life, losing a dick, and then suddenly having a dick again. Yeah.
I wonder how long... I'd not seen it.
Like how long he was without...
How long he didn't have it. I'm trying to skim it. Yeah, there was another successful penis transplant in 2014.
Well, here's what I wonder, because like, you know how, okay, think about it like this. You know how like you do this with like snacks and drinks and stuff. Like you get on it really hard for a really long time, and then like you just don't have it, and then after a while you're just kind of like, I don't really like care about it anymore, like want it, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think when you lose like your dick and stuff like that, sex becomes like that? Because do you think
Well,
after
I mean,
so
it's
long
even-
you just don't really care?
It's got to be even stronger because with my addiction to types of beverages, I have to make the decision to stop drinking them. And
Yeah.
if I don't have strong will, which I don't at all, I can go to the store and buy several brand energy drinks that don't want to sponsor podcasts or whatever
Yeah.
it may be. But if you
'Cause
just
they don't fuck with Shell.
yeah, if you just don't have a dick, like it's not like your choice. You know what I mean? So at some point you got to be like, there's nothing you can do. It's not like you can.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because like I feel like if he went long enough without it, there has to be like a mental acceptance where you're like, I'm never gonna have sex again. I'm
Well,
never
yeah, it'd
gonna
be
have,
like losing anything. Do you think you get phantom dick? Do you think you get phantom boners?
Wonder what a phantom boner, man. Because I mean, like
That'd be upsetting.
you ever like wake up with like those really bad hard-ons that like hurt, like you just got to get rid
It's
of
like
them
it's
really
made
quick,
out of
you know?
diamond.
Yeah. Oh man, like you could fucking cut glass outside a jewelry store and get in and get all
Yeah,
the
like
premium
like
jewels.
a real cat burglar
Man, can we just go cat burgling sometimes
with our hard dicks.
Yeah, the Dapper Dad's hard dicks go cat burgling sounds like a great vlog.
The diamond caper. The Dapper Dad Dick Diamond Caper.
The Dapper Dad Dick Diamond Caper. I love it. We have to make it happen, and I'm not going to let it go.
All right, well, let's get hard and get down to. I have
I'm
performance
hard as
anxiety.
we speak.
I have performance anxiety. I don't want to get up to the window. And
That's funny.
not be
Because,
able
that's
to
funny
put-
because performance anxiety makes me even harder.
Oh, good.
all
My
the-
performance anxiety makes you harder.
That also makes me harder.
It's gonna get too hard.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't work. Yours explodes. Then you got to get a dick transplant. But I'm a good
Full
friend.
circle.
But I'm
Full
a good
circle.
friend, so I give you
me the
mine.
dick.
And
But
you're
then what
like,
are you going to do without a dick?
I've given up. I'm an old man. I don't even use it anymore.
You know you would miss your dick. You wouldn't give
I
your
think
dick
we would
to
all
me.
miss our dicks. You got to sit down to pee and stuff. It's gonna be weird. But
How
maybe
weird
I'd
you
be.
look going in the public bathroom every time looking like you got to shit, and then you shit really quick,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Well, if I don't have a dick and people think I'm gonna shit, I'm pissing with the door open, so they're just like, "Oh, that guy doesn't have a dick."
I'm starting to realize our podcast is just so many keywords strung together
Yeah, I
in
know
different ways.
it's upsetting once you realize it, but at this
not-
point, we just have to
I mean,
embrace.
it's not my
clearly
fault.
what the people want.
People want to hear dick shit. They
Yeah,
want
you
to talk
give
about
us smart
dicks.
condoms. You give us men without
You
dicks.
just want to talk about
you just-
dicks.
I guess we have a good take on dicks.
Like
which
I said,
is
I
fine.
know my fan base. My fan base wants to hear about penises for some reason.
Yeah, but yeah, my question, like, I'm guessing there's probably not a dick donor list, because it's a deceased person that he got the dick from. So
They
it's a dead
do
dick.
point that out.
Yeah. it's
How long
dead
is the dick dead for?
I'm guessing it can't be that long. I'm
Well,
not.
because I mean, like
saying
with
that.
organ transplants and stuff like that, you got to
It has
get
to be
that shit on
quicker.
ice within like
Yeah.
hours.
You gotta harvest.
So like
it.
how?
But
did-
also, like, if you sign up to be an organ donor, you're under the assumption of like the regular organs,
not a penis,
not the sex.
But then
organs.
you got to look at it like they had to graft this guy's body out and then find a perfect body match.
Well, that's
type.
what I mean. Is he getting like his pick of the dicks? You know what I mean? You gotta,
I don't think you get your pick of the dick in this situation.
yeah, because there's not going to be a lot of dick.
Well, because I mean, let's look at great example. Kurt's body, my body. There's no way Kurt could give me his muscle structure with his dick because
yeah,
he's not
he's
built
got
the
that
same.
fucking
He's got that
baseball
huge-
bat.
he's got
swinging for the bleachers.
He's got that motherfucking baby arm gripping an apple out of here. He's
So you
knocking.
don't want-
He's knocking bitches out with it. He
That's
slaps them
gonna
on the
be-
face with it, and he just knocks them straight in the left
You wouldn't
field.
edit all that out.
No, we
But,
gotta keep that. It'll make the boy feel
Yeah,
good.
that's gonna.
I know
make
you're
you-
listening.
That's gonna make you like unstable. You're gonna be wobbly for
Well, now
weeks
here's the
working
thing.
with that. Dick.
Well, that's what I'm saying is so they had to find like a somewhat close genetic match to him to have the same. So do you think what if the dick was smaller than his old dick?
I mean, would you rather get a smaller dick or no dick? I think at any point, because then also if a bitch is gonna turn around and be like, your dick's small, and be like, I didn't have one, my good one blew off. This is a replacement.
And then she's
dick.
gonna feel
you should
so
be
bad
glad
that
you
she's
even
gonna suck
got
your-
this slightly deceased
I gave my.
dick.
Do you think he ever uses the "I gave my dick for this country" line?
He better.
I would use that if you
At
listen
Denny's
to it.
when you
Oh
miss
my
the
God.
free
The
breakfast
military
on
thing?
Veterans
I'd be like,
Day.
I gave my
I gave my
dick.
fucking dick for this.
I gave my
country.
dick balls
I
and
tried
lower
to-
abdomen for this
Do you
country.
think it was? I don't even want to say this. It might just be a long bleep. But do you think it was like a too much or not enough?
We're gonna have to cut that out.
I don't like how I've been the one that's having to be censored. I don't like your censorship. You're bringing this podcast.
the
up. The people
visual.
want it.
Okay, I'm
It's
basically
'cause you're
picturing
thinking about my
I'm-
dick.
I'm picturing
Well, do we have to bleep that out now because of context?
No, we do, because all I can
Fucking bleep out the whole segment.
Man, all I can picture.
We got a submission, and it's
Just
a news
leave.
article where a guy.
All I'm picturing is just him.
Stop it! If we're gonna edit it out,
No,
I
we're
don't
not
want
editing it out anymore. We have to
Oh
keep
well, now I
it.
regret it. Now you've gave me a complex. I think I went too far.
Well, because now all I'm picturing is him just.
Now it's sad. We're gonna edit all of that out. Sorry guys, but that got extreme.
That got so
Anyway.
bad. Oh my god.
Do you think?
Who let us do this?
Do you think it? I don't know if I should say this either. Do you think it's a white dick? Do you think there's a situation where you get a different ethnicity dick?
Well, because I mean, they had to take the skin with the muscle as well.
Yeah.
It has to be the same ethnicity because people from different regions of the world are built differently. So like, yeah,
I feel like it doesn't have to be.
We're all the same species.
Balls
and
and
stuff.
dick can be different size. I feel like they could do a lot. I feel like we need more details. From this
This is what
article.
happens every submission. We get a vague news article that
I
doesn't
also
give us all the details.
never read the whole article.
Yeah,
to be
true.
completely honest, I don't have. What do I look like sitting around in my free time looking at this dead dick transplant? Someone's gonna look over my shoulder, and I'm not gonna have the last few friends I do have. There's a lot of details. I don't know. I feel like it would feel weird to have a dead man's dick on me. Any other man's dick on me. But I guess it would.
I
be
mean,
fun
like
to have
it
a
would
dick.
just that first hard on, like that would just be weird to me. Like I feel like once you get past that hurdle of that first hard on, then you'll be all right.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it'd be like if your dick didn't work and then one day it did. Or it'd be like if your dick wasn't there and then you got a brand new dick and it got hard. What if it is aroused by different things? Like he used to.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets the hair,
yeah,
and then, like
it's
the
just-
dick
that's
makes
what
you
I
into
thought when
different
I-
things.
when
Like you
I
go to
read
jack
this.
off to you're like, oh thank God I can jack off to bukkake again, and like
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah.
and you're like really.
I try to pull up soapy boobs and it's flaccid. Then I pull up fog and it gets hard as a rock. And I'm like, no, I've become what I hated.
I try to pull up. I try to pull up throw fucking instead. It pulls up white missionary, and I'm like, no.
Oh, I got a lame dick.
It gets so hard. It's like, let's go cut diamonds. I'm like, you can talk.
Yeah.
It's the ghost of the guy. He's like, I wanted to come back and experience the best part of life.
Yeah, you only have
If you could come back as a ghost as just your dick, would you do it?
And so that is a good question.
If you're in
That's
hell,
something I
if
never
you're-
thought I would be asked.
If you're in hell and you
Okay,
and you
that sounds about right.
and you realize that part of your body is going to be used on someone else's body, but what if that's like if your body's here on Earth, then you can haunt it? Like let's say that's the rule. If your body's here on Earth, that's why you can be a ghost. So like if you're cremated and stuff like that, you can't be a ghost because like it all gets blown away. If your solid physical body is here, that's where you get to be a ghost. Obviously, they had to get rid of the rest of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Dick and everything is still working, so like only his dick and balls come back as the ghost. So like, do you think he has a mental control over it, or do like the balls and dick have a mind of their own, where it's just like pulling him around and like fucking things he doesn't want to fuck and
I
stuff?
think it would be a great concept if I was the ghost and I controlled the dick. But would you just, if you didn't control it, would you? Because a lot of it's going to be like downtime or just a guy touching your dick.
Well, I mean, you got to think
a strange man jerking off your dick.
Yeah, it's mostly just being.
It's going to be weird.
Yeah, it's mostly just being sweaty and then getting jerked off.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
So basically, my entire summer.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not, but it's not even you
Jack
controlling
after
it.
Jack all summer.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. If we could have a representative for this man's dick transplant.
If we could just have the guy on the show, I'd love to have a whole episode dedicated to talking about how this guy's dick works.
Yeah, if we could get in contact with they're not gonna give me his name.
Email at email.com.
Yeah, email me. I don't think
Email at email.
I don't think it was the guy. He just happens to be a
Self-promotion.
fan. He's like, I'm gonna sprinkle it into podcasts. So they talk
You know
about
what? I've never felt confident talking about this, but maybe having it on the show will make me feel better
There's
about
a
it.
picture. You think it's that guy?
It's got to be that guy.
Oh,
It has
was-
to be that guy.
I was picturing something else.
I was picturing like somebody who looks cool.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It's also. I didn't want to say the
not-
guy's been through enough.
Yeah, but not my dad.
Your dad's the guy.
It's
You
my
haven't talked
dad.
to him in a minute. You're like, you weren't even in war. He's like, it was my own personal war.
Yeah, personal war. Having to be your father. Lost my dick for you.
Dropped the M80 down my pants on accident and blew the fucking
The
thing
worst
up.
part about that is I sold my dad some M80s.
You should probably call and check on his dick.
I had a
Just call
hillbilly.
and be like,
I
just
had a
checking in
hillbilly
with it.
friend. I don't even talk to my dad.
Oh, really? A hillbilly friend gave you the M80s?
Yes,
Not
all
a
the-
scholar, not a doctor of sorts.
Yeah,
Not
my
a practitioner of medicine.
My dentist gave me the M80s. He was like, well, you need to floss more. Oh, here's that bag of M80s.
Yeah,
I
like
promised
when they give you the toothbrush and the toothbrush and the little.
He's still got the
toothpaste.
mask on. He's like,
Yeah,
it's M80s.
It's just M80s. And you're like, is this meant for me? And he's like, yeah, you deserve it. Go blow your dad's dick off with these.
I'm like, make it so. Sorry, Dad. The doctor said I had to. My therapist said I had to.
Yeah, that's me as your therapist.
Go blow your
It's
dad's
me
dick
with the
off.
pen. Like, you know what I think would really help? I'm glad you're expressing your feelings, but I think we need a course of action to help you rectify all of the previous trauma. If I could make a suggestion, I would have to say maybe blow your dad's dick off with a bunch of M80.
And I'm just laying there on the couch. I'm like, wow.
smoking a cigarette. You're like, you know what? That does.
I
Seem
like that you
would
allow
help.
smoking in your office. Thank you for that.
I'm gonna be smoking.
Everyone.
You think I'm gonna sit and listen to your fucked up shit? Not smoking cigarette after cigarette.
Your other patient.
Lighting it with the other one. Holy fucking shit.
That face, dude.
Yeah. It's me trying to focus on something besides the horrific images you're bringing to light.
Most of the time, I'm like talking to you. I see you behind the microphone, so when I get to actually talk to you face to
When I
face,
peek out.
yeah, when I see your actual facial expressions, they bring me so much joy.
Yeah, it's because like I keep a lot of surprise behind this.
It's all the mouth. You make that
crap
mouth move, and it gets me excited.
Yeah. Imagine if your dick was from a deceased man, how hard it would be. What if you No.
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 Yep. Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Nope.
You're gonna have to do more than just say it.
We're gonna move on to the voicemail. I'm gonna see if I can play it from this.
Bum, 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 bum.
Looks like you can't. Did you get the goddamn app?
Yeah, I did.
Sweet.
We were talking about that guy's dick long enough.
Yeah, I was hoping you were doing some work and not just fantasizing about that guy's dick transplant.
Hey, DapperDads.com. I was just taking pee at a urinal, and I looked up and saw your phone. This is the worst voicemail ever. I've been drinking Jameson and whooping ass duel. Bye, Dapper Dads. Give me a call back.
All
right,
right.
should we call the guy back?
I guess we have to remind him that he left a voicemail on a strange phone number in a bar bathroom, which if we can say for sure, we obviously had a little stint with putting the phone number up different places.
Yes.
Some of the voicemails we've received do appear to be from that. This is the first person who has confirmed that in a Madison area code, they saw it in a bathroom. I wish they would have told us which bathroom so we could relive that. Because I popped several up, but they were all in classier establishments that I feel like they wouldn't
would have
live
taken them
in.
down. Yeah.
Because in Chicago, I still go to bathrooms that we were at, and they're
And I
still
see
there.
them. Yeah, no.
And I'm like, hell yeah. So, yeah, this guy probably doesn't listen. Also, shout out to him for leaving what he considered the worst voicemail and drinking Jameson all night.
I'll call him. We can call him back. You want to call him tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, hey, you left a
Be like, hey,
voicemail.
this is the Dapper Dads. You said to call you, so we're just calling you. What's up? And then he'll be like, and
He probably has no.
If he
idea.
hangs up, or he turns. I mean, he sounded funny. He's like, call me.
Yeah, he did say to call him.
He
back.
sounded very jolly.
It's funny. The translation we got says, "Hey, DeborahDance.com."
I would say I thought it was a stripper when I read the playback. I was like, oh hell yeah!
I fucking wish. Yeah, if you're a stripper that would like to call us,
But
and
not
tell
Paris.
us-
Paris, you can't call us.
not Paris. But if you do want to tell us what the fuck's going on with all the goddamn fog, like if someone in the strip club industry could get back to us about all the fucking fog and
Really
explain,
curious about it.
just explain why it happens to be a trend in your establishments. But yeah, shout out to this guy drinking Jameson in Madison. It's me from the past.
It's
I
a
think.
certified. That was you in the past calling.
Probably. I haven't drank Jameson in a minute.
It's been a while since I've had Jameson.
Yeah,
The last time I had Jameson was New Year's Eve. Actually, I had a cup of the Black Label Jameson, the really good.
I did a
stuff.
shot of Jameson on New Year's Eve too.
It's a good way to end the year.
Actually, I've drank Jameson more recently, but not as much. I used to drink a lot of Jameson, and Jameson and ginger ale, dirty ass ginger ale.
Got it in the mail.
Yeah, I got it in the mail. Cause that's still my go-to shot, which is not. I need a new shot. I've been drinking Jameson for like a fucking decade. Like, I think I'm packing it up. It's not even appetizing me. Even when I do the shots, I'm even like, oh.
You know what I'm thinking sounds good? Like Goldschlager for some reason. That sounds like a good
No.
idea.
I fucking can't drink Goldschlager ever again. I got fucking high, and you know I don't do drugs. I got high and freaked the fuck out, and it was preceded with warm Goldschlager, warm Malibu and warm
Why was it all warm?
Jaeger, because we were fucking kids. And
Yeah.
we were kids. We were not fucking kids. I hate when I do that. I do that a lot, and I don't know if anyone else ever notices it, but it fucking upsets me.
I notice it because when you say we were kids, I see the picture of you with Foghorn Leghorn, and I'm picturing that child like drunk off of warm Malibu.
Not that kid, but that kid just drank 40s in the vacant lot behind my house. It was the first time I smoked weed, and my friend, we were kids, so he just happened to get little what do you call the little ones? Pints of liquor. I never know the sizes, but the little ones, like the packet ones.
Oh, like the little, not airplane size, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah, like this.
The
like
fifth?
I think it's I thought a fifth was
a
way
handle?
bigger. No, a handle has a handle on it. Because I used to say I'm gonna
Bunch
drink.
of kids with a handle.
Yeah,
out on the front lawn with a handle of
it
JMO.
was the back line. But no, because I used to say a fifth. I thought it was a fifth, and then
Yeah.
I'd be like, I drank like a whole fifth. Like it's
And
not
people
much.
are like,
People are like, God damn, I think that's like a bigger bottle. I think it's a pint. It's the little ones. They're like curved to fit in your pocket. I feel
Which
like,
is
which is a bad idea.
never a good idea, but looks cool.
It was the first time I drank Goldschlager and Malibu. I had had Jaeger since like a 14-year-old.
We've all had Jaeger.
Yeah, you should be drinking Jaeger as a child and not as an adult.
We gotta bleep that out.
I mean, I don't recommend it, but like, don't be an adult drinking Jameson or drinking Jaeger. Don't drink, kids. You can't remember what you even drank. But I drank all this. Malibu's garbage. Malibu tastes like
coconut
sun.
rum. I don't even like the taste of. I like coconut, but I don't like just the taste of it. And coconut with just rum, it's like, how am I going to choke this cough medicine down?
It tastes like tanning oil or something to me.
It looks like tanning oil. The bottle looks like suntan lotion.
It does. So, yeah, it was those three, and then we smoked a blunt, and it was funny for 5 minutes. It was fucking hilarious, and I was like, yeah, this is what weed does, and then it was horrifying, and I don't think I've been the same since. Tried to eat a hot dog at one point and threw up all over the place. I thought I was dying. I, cried in the backyard and was like, I'm gonna die.
I mean, like, man,
That's why I don't smoke weed.
Man, the first time I ever smoked, I didn't even smoke. My buddy bought an eighth from his neighbor and then just ground it up and put it in brownies. Didn't even like make butter out of it, just ground it up and put it in brownies. And we ate it. I didn't even feel it for the first like hour or anything like that. And then I was on the phone with my sister in the bathroom, and it just hit me. It just hit me so hard, and I was like, I have to let you go. And I ended up eating a whole can of Pringles because I was just sitting there listening to my friend talk about some bullshit. And I'm just like, and I didn't realize I was grabbing like 4 or 5 at a time. Eventually, my whole mouth was full of Pringles, and I went to inhale, and I couldn't, so I had to go and just spit out a giant solid wad of Pringles.
I still remember trying to eat that hot dog when I was all fucked up, and it just didn't make any sense because people were like, you got to eat. And I was like, okay. And then I was trying to eat the hot dog, and I was like, what the fuck? It felt like what I imagined serious drugs are like.
I just want to see you trying to eat a hot dog, being like,
and
what the
crying.
fuck? Were you
And
crying?
I started crying because I felt like I was going to fucking die.
Oh, my God.
Like, I was with a girl at the time. We lived together, and I was like, I'm going to fucking die. It's been nice, but I'm going to fuck it. I didn't think I was going to wake up. And I feel like I feel like at that moment I had like crazy racing thoughts, and I feel like I've never been the same since.
Man, my
ex-girlfriend,
my ex reacted to weed like that. Like every time she would smoke, she would just like go crazy for some reason.
Yeah,
like, it was just
fucking. And then I did it again after like quite a long time just to give it another shot, and the same fucking thing happened. But I was like, I hadn't been drinking.
Yeah,
I was more sober, and it was honestly more terrifying.
Really?
So it's like, yeah. People call them like flashbacks or something when you have like a bad experience.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't smoke. Everybody thinks they smoke weed, and everyone's always like, why don't you? And it's like, because I'll fucking cry and choke on a hot dog and think I'm going to fucking die.
There's enough crying and choking and hot dogs in the dad squad already.
I know. It's just, that's what I do normally. So on weed, it's fucking...
I just don't know what I would ever do if I saw you like take a puff. If I ever saw you take a puff off a joint, it would be like that Drake puff where he was like on stage and took it, and he was like...
Yeah. Just a little one.
Just like mouthed it, and he was like...
Sometimes I get very drunk and people have dab pens around me, and I try to grab them as a joke. And I almost did it in Madison with Matt the God and a friend of ours in a bar.
You've almost done it with my pen.
Yeah, I do it because I think it would be funny, but then I'm also gonna do it because I'm very drunk, and I'm like, that would be the worst thing.
I can't even like.
That
okay,
would take a night from like a good time to like a grinding, insane.
Okay,
halt.
I'm picturing like our night we had in Madison when we were up there, and then I'm picturing that night if you were high and I'm just picturing the horrific nightmare my life
don't
would have
even
had to
know
be.
what would
Oh
happen.
my God.
It's bad. So that's why I know when I can do things and when I can't. But yeah, I need to find a new liquor, I think. I'm maybe hanging up the Jameson jersey up in the rafters. It's been too long. I want something. I'm getting old. I need something not so harsh, because then I do it and I'm like, that wasn't fun
just
at all.
promise me you won't turn into a Scotch guy. I can't stand Scotch.
No, Scotch is too expensive. I'm so poor.
I mean, vodka?
But you don't take shots of vodka.
Rum?
Maybe. I do love rum buckets, but never.
Rum
it's never
buckets
the
are
same.
fantastic.
You don't find a good rum bucket anymore.
Not since Kryptonite closed.
Yeah. But those are all alcohols that I feel like putting in things. I don't really mix whiskey with things, except I'll do a Jameson.
I
and
mean, to
ginger.
me, it seems like if you were going to like shoot a shot, it would have to be something that tastes good, obviously.
Yeah, but then I feel like a bitch. Like, I love the shit out of Vegas bombs, or you get an O-bomb or something, but I always feel like...
Man, what's there to be a bitch about? You
I don't
enjoy
know.
it.
I fucking...
If you enjoy
I grew
the
up
shot,
having to
just-
drink hard, and now I can't drink leisurely or fun.
Okay, I mean, have fun drinking hard while we all enjoy our delicious fruity shots.
I just want to go to, because sometimes you go places and you're like Vegas bomb and it's like a whole ordeal because it's a thing. You know what I mean? I want to be able to pick some. Jameson is everywhere. It's a staple everywhere I go. I can get a shot. I know what I'm in for. I know where it'll get me. That's what I mean. It's hard to just get into a new alcohol and like have that be your go-to. You got to have a learning. Like me and Jameson have had a long career together.
Me and vodka have had a long career.
Yeah, me and
together.
vodka as well, but I just, because you can put it in everything. Vodka is the best
exactly.
alcohol because you can put it in
Hands
whatever.
down the
And
best
you can also
alcohol.
drink it straight, but taking a shot of vodka at a bar makes you look like a fucking
Psycho.
50-year-old man that has a bad drinking problem.
Well, I mean,
Like,
you're getting older.
yeah, man, I'm not that old yet.
Yet.
You want me to jump into straight vodka shots places?
What else are you supposed to jump into after Jameson? Whiskey?
I mean, yeah, it's just
Like
more
Jack
whiskey.
Daniels?
No, I hate Jack.
Well, then what kind of whiskey would you want to shoot then? Like,
Jameson.
Red
if I'm
Tur-
going to stay with... I mean, a lot of whiskey's bad. I think Jack is bad. I've never gotten it.
I like
Jack and
I like the
Cokes.
honey Jack. I can't stand Coke, so like I've never had a Jack and Coke.
Yeah, I've even... Yeah, I don't know. Jack is just like weird and
I like.
harsh.
I used to drink honey Jack with grapefruit soda. That's fucking delicious in the summer. I think I'm gonna get some of that tomorrow. Actually,
I don't like all the honey shit. I don't know.
I love the honey shit.
You ever had Old Granddad? That was the
Never
first
even heard of
whiskey.
it.
It's the first whiskey I ever had. It was from my grandpa. My dad had a bottle. My grandpa had been dead for like 10 years by the time I got around to even trying it. So it was some nice aged Old Granddad. It looks like a very elegant whiskey. It's not at all. You can buy it for like $12. It's very
Hell
run-of-the-mill
yeah.
garbage shit. Me and my sister had it a couple of years ago at, I don't know what the fuck we were doing, but we were like, let's get some Old Granddad for old time's sake. I took a swig off the bottle, and I was just like, why the fuck did we do this? It's bad. There's a lot of bad whiskeys. There's so many whiskeys.
My mom used to drink. Her and her buddies would get the gallons of Boone's Farm from the liquor store
Well,
and
that's a
drink
good
those.
time.
Oh man, get a gallon of Boone's Farm anywhere, and that's an instant party maker.
Yeah, it's just an easy go-to.
I just show up tomorrow with a gallon of Boone's Farm. I'm like,
You deserve it. I'm going to be like, that's all you, big boy.
honestly,
You
man,
got shit in the mail.
I got shit in my life. I need a fucking gallon of Boone's Farm now that you mention it.
You ever had Mad Dog 2020?
No, but I would love to.
I remember it's like bum wine is what they call it. My dad always talked about it as a kid. MD 2020
What
is
about
it's called now.
Thunderbird wine? You ever heard about Thunderbird?
No.
Thunderbird is like old hobo wine, like old Southern hobo wine. There's this like he's a hobo musician. His name is C6 Steve.
Of course.
Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He makes hobo songs, and he has a song dedicated to Thunderbird wine called Thunderbird, and it's fantastic.
Well, that's what there was the like bum wine Night Train.
Yeah.
And it's the famous Guns N' Roses song.
Mhm.
So my dad could never find Night Train, and like the equivalent to it is Mad Dog 2020.
Mhm.
So he would always tell me about his fun stories on Mad Dog 2020. When I went to prom, we got like a hotel room in like Wisconsin Dells.
Got some Mad Dog.
And yeah, we were like, I think my sister bought it all for us. Shout out to her. And we just made a list of like the lists you make for alcohol when you're underage. That
Right.
I wish I still had some because they're just comical.
Keep
Because
them
you
in a
don't
frame
know
somewhere, you know.
Yeah, it's when you're still trying things. Like this was before I met Jameson.
Yeah.
This is when I'm just like, I know PBR and like old style because that's what I've drank and 40s, but it's a classy affair. It's prom. Give me some Mad Dog 2020.
A sentence so many high school kids have said.
Yeah.
It's a classy affair.
classy
Give me some Mad Dog 2020.
Which I think I went a little out of the box. The girl I went with, I can't remember what she got, like some mics and then, some typical high school shit. I went Mad Dog 2020. It's like a hot, like juice. It's like a spicy juice, essentially.
I love spicy juice.
I got it again because I had it then and it was bad. And also at that prom event, the hotel kicked our door in. I had gotten into some legal troubles that we won't harp on for the record, but I wasn't supposed to technically be out of the state. Allegedly. I mean, it definitely happened. But so I was on edge about the whole thing. We're drinking underage, blah, blah, blah. 3 a.m, the hotel staff kicked in our hotel door. We had like all the locks. And then I covered myself up because I thought the cops were coming. And the girl I was with jumped out of the bed and was like, what the fuck? And they were like, sorry, we thought homeless people were in here because we don't have your room booked in the system. And then I jumped up and I was like, so there's just homeless people in some of these rooms? You're admitting to that. And it was a nice hotel. You know what I mean? It's
what I love is that apparently it's enough of a problem that they know what they have a procedure for it. We have to kick in the door if there's bums in
and it
there.
was a nice hotel. I wish I remembered. I want to say maybe like a Best Western, but in like Wisconsin Dells, a lot of the hotels are nice unless you're staying in one of the motels. So it's like, again, classy affair, prom. So they kicked the door in and I'm like, this is the problem. And they're just like, I'm sorry. And then they walked away and I go to lock the door and the like latch part I realized was on a piece of wood because clearly they've been kicking in all the doors that they have to replace the fucking
love
locks.
that this hotel has a problem with bums.
I didn't even know there's bums in Wisconsin Dells. What a better place to be a bum, right?
No
It's such a joyous
Imagine
town.
digging through that garbage. There has to be tons of good
and
shit
all the
to eat.
tourists, you're getting money. Like
Oh,
if I'm going homeless, I'm popping up to Wisconsin Dells during the summer.
This is a good thing. This is a good thing to think about, especially at this point in my life. So I'm going to consider going to Wisconsin Dells, kids.
The guys from Pew 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 said that they broke into one of the amusement parks up there after hours and just climbed up on the roller coaster and drank a bunch of beers. So there's a lot of shenanigans to get into, and apparently you can just. How do you even break into a hotel room? Like, how is this even?
That's what I
was
want
trying
to
to
know.
say.
How are the bums crafty enough to break into the hotel room?
I don't know. Some sort of key system.
Did they have like a big
out?
weird janitor thing of keys that they just
Well, it was
try?
like key cards. It's a normal fucking.
Well, then
hotel.
how are the
I don't
bums
know.
sneaking in and stealing the key cards then?
And then I'm like, you got to do something. You kicked in our fucking door, gave me a gut. I thought I was going to get like extradited. You know what I mean? I was into some shenanigans. I wasn't prepared for this. Trying to have a nice prom. That's why I waited until I knew it wasn't cops. Then I sprung up with a loud mouth and I'm like, you got to give us like the whole.
Oh man, don't you love being able to spring up with a loud mouth?
Yeah, once you realize it's not the cops, I'm like, now you
As soon as I realize
you
I might
should have been the cops.
As soon as I realize I'm not going to get shot, it's over with.
I should be in jail right now. You fucked up.
You kicked in the wrong motherfucker's door.
And then, I'm like, that's like, if I didn't have any legal issues, you might just start hurling fits at someone kicking my hotel door. And ever since then, every hotel I'm in, I'm like, I hope no one kicks the door in. Because then
I'm going to start thinking
there was
about
another
it.
time I told the story where the guy tried to kick in the hotel door in Madison because I started shit with him, which I don't remember per se, but
allegedly.
And then they didn't do anything. I'm like, you got to give us like a free night or something, right?
Yeah, give me my fucking money back. That's what I would say.
And I wrote a letter because it was a long time ago.
Twitter didn't exist.
To the corporate office, and they were like, we're sorry that happened. And I'm like, great, thanks a lot for that.
Matt the God just got the hookup from Pez. Turns out Pez takes care of you if you complain about.
You know who doesn't take care of you? Baskin Robbins / Dunkin' Donuts. Fuck them. Fuck you, Baskin Robbins.
Fuck Baskin Robbins.
Said it.
Fuck Dunkin' Donuts. Fuck them forever.
I said it before. I like Baskin Robbins. They make a wonderful like cookies and
cream shake.
Yeah, ice cream. I like the cookies and cream shake. The one I live by is like it's like they
porthole to hell.
It's like they train the employees to be worse than every other place.
Like that's the bad one that they talk about.
Pull up in the drive-thru. I had stopped going there because there's just every time something's wrong. So pull up, the employees taking out the trash and just swearing loudly, which I thought was funny. And then the bitch is like, hold on a minute. And then she was like, are you going to order after like a minute? And it's like, okay, order some shit, get up there. The car in front of us was like on fire and smoking into the drive-thru window. So then we pull up and just very unprofessional in general, like that motherfucking car smells like shit, blah, 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 just screaming, hands the shake and not the other thing we ordered. And then they're like, oh, we don't have that. Bye. And I'm like, So sick of that fucking place. And then I tweeted at him. Still no response.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first go-to.
Horrible marketing department.
Then I wrote a long letter on their website, and then of course I get something back like, we're gonna talk to them. And then I get the email. They're like, someone from that store will reach out to you. I get an email that I thought was like a spam thing, like a Prince somewhere wants my social security number.
Mm-hmm.
It was written like that, and they're just like, you can get a free beverage. Sorry, we're gonna retrain. Bye. And I was like, this is what you fucking I want money.
Yeah.
Give me money. I'm not going back to your hellhole.
I need money.
Shit, me too. And yeah, I was just fucking, and then Matt fucking gets Pez for complaining.
Lots of Pez.
Yeah. Well, not enough. I feel like they should have. It's fucking Pez. I feel like
it was one defective thing.
Yeah, but still, fill a box up with Pez and we can call it a day.
I mean, maybe if he went to go, put Pez in his little Pez dispenser and there was a cockroach in it or something.
There was a cock in it.
Like it was a pressed bug.
It was a Pez. It was a cock Pez. They're like, sorry, that was in testing. We weren't supposed to get that out.
You weren't supposed to get the Dapper Dad dick Pez yet.
You pull it back and it comes out of the head of the dick and it's a white Pez. So it's real aesthetically pleasing. Pez, get at us.
Pez, we have
I'll
some
send a
great
Pez
ideas.
Email. We can definitely. We
Can
have
you
so many
imagine
marketing
if you could
ideas.
Get Dapper Dad's Pez dispensers? Like it's us.
Is it our heads?
Yeah, of course it's our heads.
Our little stupid heads. Our big ass heads, actually. It's just like goosh and a big Pez.
Yeah, it has to be like a Pez. Like it has to be a Pez dispenser like this big.
And you pull the head back.
Good, I'm sitting
and
here
a Pez that's like a Dove bar of soap comes out, and it is a Dove bar of soap. People are like, what is this flavor? It tastes horrible.
It tastes soapy.
Yeah, it's soapy breath. The soapy breath Pez.
Soapy breath Pez and a Dapper Dad's head dispenser.
I don't want to toot our own horns, but I think we have some of the best marketing ideas I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
And the fact that none of these companies are working with us or responding.
It's
Yellow, I'm looking at you. Certain energy drinks, I'm not looking at you.
Not
Other
anymore.
energy drinks, balls with a W. We've got a lot of balls ideas.
We have so many ideas for balls. We could run
balls. You should be running with the fucking dick transplant.
We could
should
be
like, who can give you balls quicker than waiting for a guy to die and get his dick and balls. Balls the energy drink. That's just me throwing it out
That's
there.
a very
it needs to be
specific niche commercial that you got to get at.
Look at fucking the new social media shit on Twitter where Wendy's is real fun and they're going to prom with Burger King and they're releasing a mixtape. That's what the people want. You got to be on it. Balls is living in the 1900s back when you had to, walk down the street barefoot to get an energy drink and it was just some man spit.
Why did you have to be barefoot?
Because they didn't have shoes back then.
They had energy drinks, but not shoes?
It was just a man spit. It was like the most energetic man in the town
Came and spit in your mouth?
Yeah, spit it right in your mouth.
Back in the day, we didn't have balls. We had to walk 12 miles uphill both ways up Main Street with no shoes on a hot dirt road so that Tommy O'Leary could spit in our mouths.
And boy, that energy would keep you going for a week straight. Nowadays, you drink balls.
I stayed up for a week straight. That's how your grandmother got pregnant.
I churned so much butter that we actually became quite a profitable business.
That's how I turned into the Pablo Escobar of the butter industry.
And that's how Ford was created. Tom Ford? No, that's someone else. Who was Henry Ford?
Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford?
Was it?
He died of
president.
He died of presidency. Oh, it got to him quick.
Yeah. Running a country is a lot of stress on a guy.
I would guess so. Maybe if you had someone to spit in your mouth.
I imagine that the stresses of running the country are very similar to the stresses we endure here on the podcast.
Yeah, we basically oversee a country of loyal fans who need to send soapy breaths, buy all the t-shirts, buy them until they sell out.
Come hang out with us and drink with us in public this summer. Slim's on fire, kids. You got to come.
Slim is an animal.
Slim is
can only be seen in person. It cannot be described any further. You need to tell me what liquor to drink. I'll try any liquor you give me.
Malört. Be a Malört guy.
I was just going to say, I've already tried Malört, and I'm not doing it again. I got fucked giving it to you.
Yeah,
guy gave me a little bit. You love it. You're a perfect
love
person.
Malört.
This is the summer of you being on the prowl off of Malört.
Yeah.
On the prowl off Malört.
That's what we'll call the episode. This episode, On the Prowl Off Malört.
Oh, I can hear the screams right now. I can hear the screams from the witnesses, we'll say. The witness protection that people will have to go into.
Get that money.
People have to go into witness protection because you're becoming such an animal this summer.
It's just
off of Malört.
I'm just picturing me walking down the main street in Madison, dancing, and everyone just a crowd of people running away.
Yeah, pitchforks and fire is what we'll We'll precede you this summer.
Good.
So yeah, contact us. Tell us tell me what liquor to drink. I feel like I've tried a lot of things, but then you ever at the bar and you're just looking at all the bottles
you see all the
you're
crazy shit that you never heard of.
Yeah, and I don't want any of your frou-frou vodka. I don't need your caramel vodka. I don't need your pretzel
Cotton
vodka.
candy. Pretzel vodka.
It's probably out there. It's Pinnacle, and we've said it before, and we'll say it again.
Everything.
Fuck Pinnacle.
Fuck Pinnacle, the pinnacle of bullshit.
Yeah, you're fucking garbage liquors. Yeah, don't need all your sweet shit. They do make a nice Fruity Loop one. Maybe that's 3 Olives or whatever the fuck it's called. Put that with some untitled energy drink, and you can have yourself a good time. But yeah, send some liquors. Slim will drink them all too. We'll drink them together.
We'll drink all the liquors.
But make them good. I'm trying to replace Jameson.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I have someone who is getting us a gift.
Oh boy.
And it's going.
Are they a friend of the show?
They are a friend of the show. They're going to be getting us a gift, and they're going to personalize it in a very special way. So I'm very excited for you to get this.
I'm also excited. Yeah, give us things. Yeah, give us. Don't just tell us what liquor. Give us the liquor. I need motivation. Yeah, I need more liquor. Fuck it. That's a blanket statement. If there ever was one. I need more liquor.
That's
the
blanket statement of the podcast. I need money / liquor. Shit / me too.
Yeah, a lot of slashes. We could have done it better, but it is what it is. So give us liquor. Give us gifts. Come see us tonight if you're listening to it the day this airs. If you're listening to it after it, then why the fuck do you even listen? You don't want to be. You got to
stay on top of it
because we don't know the references. And we need to see you face to face. Come drink some beers with daddies. I don't think we're gonna edit that.
Yeah, we gotta
come drink some beers with the Dapper Dads.
Come drink some beers with the Dapper Dads.
The Dapper Dads podcast in person, drinking beers and throwing cigarette butts at people.
At you when you come to
when we don't. But it's all out of love.
When we don't like your opinion.
If we're hard on you, it's only because we're trying to. What am I thinking of? Get you in here. What is the word?
Initiate?
Yeah, initiate you. Sorry, I don't have enough liquor.
Jerky hand motions.
I don't want to give me more liquor.
Just scary.
You want to see a jerky hand motion?
Oh, you got some jerky hand motions for me, Daddy?
All right, we're done. I gotta show Slim something.